people from the team itself. Yeah, Miss Shui is going to be actually taking the class today. She's going to be explaining to you all and everything to do about Facebook ads with Shopee, right? Also known as CPAS for sellers. So guys, welcome to the class. Very good. I think everyone here can actually hear us. So just gonna hand the session over. Just before that, guys, I just want to go through a few things for the class rule section. If you do have any questions, post your questions on the question tab. Yeah, and also guys, take note that this class has no customer support, right, as usual, but you can direct anything that you want if it pertains to customer support to help.shopee.com.my, right? That there's a contact us form that you can fill out. Now, slides will be shared toward the end of the session, so do wait for that. Now, also guys, take note that attendees who do not follow class rules, because today there are actually a few admins inside, right? So as usual, we just want you to basically, kind of focus in the class, and then things should be good. Now, with that, guys, I'm going to actually hand the session over to Miss Shui. Shui, take it away, and I'll see you guys later.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Facebook CPAS class. Today we're going to talk about basically Facebook ads with Shopee. There's a lot of names towards it. We'll come through it and we'll do to it. I'm currently wearing my mask. As you can see, I'm having my mic right by my mask too. Hopefully you guys can hear me very clearly. If you don't, just let me know ahead of time so I can readjust myself a little bit so you can hear me clearly. Aside from them, remember to direct your questions to the question tabs. I have my colleagues in the call too, in the webinar to be able to help you out with anything pertaining to the Facebook CPAS today. Just to note also for the class today, we're going to talk, it's going to be more basic class where we're going to talk about how to onboard yourself to Facebook CPAS. We're going to touch on how to sell your ads basically and what's the best practices guides that we're going to share to you at the end of the class after you fill out all the forms that we require from you. And then you'll receive all the decks that you'll be able to review step by step and understand better in terms of the whole idea of Facebook CPAS and how to onboard yourself for it. So before we start, we just want to clarify with all the acronyms and all the words and phrases that you're going to hear throughout the classes, and it's how it's going to be interchangeable between each other. So if you hear us talk about the very formal name, which is Facebook ads with Shopee, we also call it CPAS in short. It's also the same as when we talk about collaborative ads, or we just call it CPAS in short. So all of them actually refers to the same thing, which is basically the tool that sellers to drive Facebook or Instagram ads using the Shopee given catalog. So if you heard us say about Facebook ads Shopee, you heard us say Facebook CPAS. If you hear us talk about collaborative ads, if you hear us talk about CPAS, essentially everything, it's the same thing. So you don't have to worry too much. It's basically, it's the same thing that we're talking about throughout. So now we're going to jump straight into what is Facebook ads with Shopee or CPAS basically, and how does it work? So essentially, when you are a seller, you are running all your products that's selling on Shopee, for example. You want to be able to let the whole world to know that, oh, you are on Shopee, you want people to know about your products and all the sales that you're doing in your store itself. So we have the Shopee ads that's in Shopee portal, but how about if I want seller, I want buyers from outside of Shopee to know about my products, to know about the stuff that I offer in my store? How can I do that? Yes, you can do it through Facebook or Instagram ads itself. And why do you, if you're able to run Facebook ads in general, then why do you need to do Facebook ads with Shopee or do CPAS in short? The key differences is that in Shopee, when you onboard with us and how CPAS ad works is that Shopee will build a CPAS catalog, which auto-sync with your shop. This is to say that a product catalog will then be shared across to your Facebook Business Manager. So imagine that you're running ads already on Facebook and you're advertising about your store. But what if you want to showcase the products that you have in your store to the buyers, to every potential audience that you have outside of Shopee? Can you do that? Yes, you can. So through CPAS ads, we build the catalog, we sync it, it's auto synced with your store catalog, store products, and it will be shared across to your Facebook Business Manager. And when you run ads, you create ads on your Facebook ads account featuring the CPAS catalog. And then when you publish the ads through the different networks that's available, for example, Facebook, on Instagram, it will then be showcased to the buyers in the different portals, which is Facebook and Instagram, and you'll be able to see all the products that's being showcased in there. Give me a second to just readjust myself a little bit because I'm wearing my mask today because I'm in the office. Let me know if you can't really hear me anymore. If not, I'll just proceed with this. So in general, when you run ads with Facebook CPAS, you'll be getting the catalog shared across to your Facebook Business Manager. And then when you publish the ads using the CPAS catalog, it will be shared to all the buyers that's available in the platform, which is Facebook, Instagram, and will showcase all the product. It will showcase all the product to the buyers that you're running your ads to. So it will showcase your store's catalog. It will showcase the products that you have in the store. So the key difference between when you're running, let's say, Facebook ads and Facebook CPAS is that you can showcase your products to the buyers. So what are the benefits when also to use CPAS? So CPAS itself, in general, with a lot of buyers, a lot of sellers have run ads before, they have a very high return on ad spend in general versus to the traditional Facebook, Instagram ads. This is because the traditional Facebook, Instagram ads, they don't necessarily showcase all the products that's available in the store, right? So you have to set up manually, you have to try to link your product to your in your ad itself to show it to the buyers. So a lot of this uses a lot of technical requirement. Also, it becomes such a hassle for yourself. It also becomes the journey for the customer to land to your store becomes way longer. So a lot of times we see a lot of buyers drop off from there. So that impact in terms of your conversion rate. So that's why in terms of that, we have seen when people feature the store catalog in their ads, they're able to get a higher return on ad spend. As I mentioned earlier, it's quite typical to set up ads when you don't have the catalog, product catalog available to you, right? In this case, when we have when you onboard CPAS with us, everything's really pre-set up, where you can easily set up your ads by just choosing the objective under catalog sales, and then it will showcase the product catalog available to your buyers. And also auto-sync, just to mention, it's auto-sync and personalized. So what it means is say that if your store run out of stock, if your store has a change in image, do you have to go into your ads and manually tweak that? You do not have to. This will be automatically updated and it will be featured, it will be reflected in your product catalog. That's why we say it's auto-synced. So for the whole customer journey, it's also a very smooth customer experience where because of the catalog is being set up by Shopee from itself and it's really synced up with your store catalog. A lot of times when the ads being featured to front end to your seller, to your potential buyers, the journey itself is way smoother where they have few clicks. They need to just click a few clicks and it will land straight into the store or the product straight away with no hassle. So the click itself is much less. You don't have to set up a lot of things to try to link your ads to your store products. And for buyers itself, they will just need to click on your ads, click on the product, and they'll be redirected straight to the store itself. So less than 5 clicks, usually you will get your buyers into your store. So let's move on. So in terms of that, based on the first half of the year of January to July's data for the return on ad spend, you can see that there's each of the category, each of the classes that we have here have experienced different kind of return on ad spends, depending on how the ads is being set up, depending what's the goal is being returned to. But for the sellers who've always looked into running featuring the catalog sales objective, they're able to achieve such a return on ad spend. Obviously, again, it really depends on the budget and the time length and also on the objective that you set up for. But in general, this is the information, this is the ROS that you will experience in short. So for a case study, for example, notice this is a brand. So for example, Huggies, they started using CPAS with us also. And during, like, for example, specifically during their 4/4 mega sales campaign. So in here, we can see that they're using collection ad format. that features a primary image. And you can see on the right side, you can see the summer, I am 50 ringgit off. That primary image highlights the brand's attractive promotions during the campaign period. So right now, you would see the collection ad format. You would see the image feature down up in the right side, and you would see at the bottom there is a range of products that's available at the bottom that showcase all the different products that's available in their store. So when buyers were to see the ads, they know immediately what kind of promotional available in the store. Then they can see all the products is available in the at the bottom of the ads itself. Then when they click into the ads, they are then redirected to the store directly. So through doing this kind of ads, right, you can see the Huggies itself experienced 3 times increase in our ads compared to other mega sales campaign. Also in return, also improve in their conversion rate with 3 times. So this is quite. We do have brands who've tried it out before and understand and experience a very good return on ad expense. So that's why it's something that we definitely strongly encourage brands to try. And collection ad format it's a dynamic ad format where it should be able to showcase all the products that you have in the store itself. So you don't have to manually go and upload each other product that you have in the store. It's also auto-synced. Not to mention again, it's also auto-synced. So what it means to say that if let's say this feature SKU is out of stock or is sold out, or for example, you have changed images, you want it to be reflected in the catalog, do you have to go pause your ads and restart it again? No, you don't have to. All the changes that you've done in Shopee product itself, it will be reflected in the ads CPAS catalog itself. This is why we call it dynamic, and this is why we call it auto-sync, for example. So few benefits I mentioned earlier based on the case study, right? They optimize for lower funnel events. For example, during CPAS, you are able to use conversion events that, for example, is called purchase or add to cart. So you can really target audience who are likely to purchase or add to cart or when they view their product. And then another best practice that they've done for Huggies is that they start to run early. So they make sure that they run the campaign at least 1 week before the actual mega sales day. So it allows sufficient time for the machine learning. So always make sure that don't forget to start your ads early so you can gear and drive traffic to your store. Do not start too late, because any ads that you start too late is actually, you are basically putting yourself out there too late for people to know about yourself and also to learn more about your product itself. Another thing that we also recommend is to use budget optimization. Campaign budget optimization is what Huggies also use, because that allows the optimization of Facebook to automatically distribute the budget to the performing ad itself. So let's say you're running a couple of ads. How do you know which ad performs bad, which ads should deserve more budget to it? Do you have to manually keep monitoring your ads itself and go back and tweak? You don't have to do that if you toggle on the campaign budget optimization. It allows you to be able to distribute the budget to the performing ad itself. So allowing all those kind of best practices, your ads are able to perform well, and that's what Huggies experience itself. That's why they have a phenomenal and also demonstrated how Facebook CPAS really help in their sales itself. So this is a recap in terms of what are the benefits itself, right? CPAS ads versus non-CPAS ads. So a lot of brands seller might heard about Pixel, and you might come across and just ask us, it's like, oh, can I get Shopee Pixel to be shared to us since that we want to run that? Just so you know, Shopee is not built for it. It's ad first data. So in a way, we don't share Pixel by itself. The CPAS catalog is really inbuilt with it. So this is how you're able to get the conversion data you're looking for. So with CPAS ads, it's really shared across within the CPAS catalog that's built for you. And a few more things, other things that I like to highlight also why it's beneficial that I mentioned before is dynamic ads. What does it mean by dynamic ads? So dynamic ads is be able to personalize and feature the ads to you. So for example, I like to shop for shoes and you like to shop for bags, for example. So let's say you're a store that sells all kinds of fashion products, and the ads going to be featured to me will be more personalized and featured to based on my user preference. For example, I like to shop for shoes, so whatever that I will see will more related to shoes product, because that's something that I always like to look at and something that is more personalized to me in comparison to you, you probably will see more products that is related to bags, for example. So if you were to run non-CPAS ads, the ads will not be able to identify and serve personalized ads to you. It's going to be very generic. So the ads will not speak to you personally and attract you to really look at the product, for example. Another thing is that mentioned before, less clicks to land your buyer straight to your page, whether it's a product page or store page, right? Without the product feed link, deep link, right? When you run normal CPAS, non-CPAS ads, you're not able to direct them to the app directly. You need to get the link, you need to set up. It's such a hassle. So in comparison to that, you will be able to, if you use CPAS catalog ads, you're able to redirect them straight to the product page in app with no hassle, because it's already preset for you. You don't have to do anything more from that. It's really available for you. So that's why CPAS ads is also very easy and easy to set up and easy for the buyers to also land in your store. Another thing to call out for CPAS ads is that obviously everyone here is the seller who are looking to make sales, right? That's what the goal at the end of the day we're looking for. So what does CPAS ads benefit for? We are able to optimize towards lower funnel conversion data. What does it mean? You can target buyers who are likely to add to cart. You can target buyers who are likely to purchase from you. So all of these are lower funnel, that's what we call, versus upper funnel, which is, for example, geared for traffic, geared for awareness, which is what non-CPAS ads is usually for. So upper funnel is very crucial also when you are trying to build your brand awareness. You want people to know about you, but also lower funnel then becomes where after you drive people to know about your store, you want them to convert to purchase, right? So this is where CPAS ads allows you to also optimize for lower funnel conversion data. That's what you can get for. And audience retargeting. It's very important that audience retargeting, you can retarget specific audience interacted with your products before. This is what CPAS ads allows you to do. In comparison to non-CPAS ads, is something that you can't. You can only rely on broad audience targeting. So audience retargeting is something that's available within your CPAS, your catalog sales ads objective. So you're able to retarget that audience who have viewed your product but never added to cart, or so, for example, added to cart but never purchased. You're able to do that using catalog sales objective ads. So I've mentioned about targeting audience based on personalization. That I've mentioned that I can specifically target different kind of people. How do you do that, and what does it mean by personalization, right? So imagine this: when you run ads, we want to be able to target. You want to get new people to know about you, but we also want to be able to target people who are interested in you but did not purchase, and we also want to retarget people who have purchased from you and make them returning customers. So CPAS ads allows you to do all of this kind of targeting, which is targeting from new customers to targeting from people interested in you to target people who have purchased from you before. So for example, we'll talk about broad audience targeting. So what is broad audience targeting? It means to say that targeting people who are entirely new, people who have never purchased with you before. They are basically, but based on their shopping history, they are likely to become your new customer. So when you do broad audience targeting, you can always use different kind of ad format that's available. That's called carousel, single image, or collection ads format. You showcase your store and your products to all the buyers, and using when you set up under the audience targeting, you do broad targeting, and you're targeting to people who are likely to purchase in short. So that's called broad targeting. In terms of retargeting audience, you are basically trying to convert consumers who have viewed or added your products to cart but did not purchase. So obviously we have a lot of people who added to cart and abandoned the purchase but never completed. Can we try to target such people? Yes, we can. So in Shopee, for example, right? If let's say we view customer view content on item A on Shopee but didn't purchase, when we run ads, we have such data that's available already in your catalog sales ads objective. You set up and you choose those kind of retargeting audience, then you're able to retarget those customers previously abandoned the shopping journey. And when you continue retargeting them, you're reintroducing yourself constantly to the buyers, and maybe they will pick up again from you because they've shown interest, but just abandon could be due to didn't just forget about it or just didn't finish the journey itself, but your ads serve it to them again and they see it again or reminded them and they will end up purchasing from you. So you can definitely retarget such audience. How about people will purchase from you? Are they customers that we should just forget about? No, we don't have to. You can also retarget based on cross-sell and upsell to customers who previously purchased from you. So for example, if customer was to buy item A, so for example, I bought a makeup foundation, right? I cross-sell, let's say, makeup remover to me because if you bought foundation, maybe I'm interested in also makeup foundation, makeup remover. So the ads itself targets cross-sell to the customers with a different item, which is the makeup remover, which is item B. So I looked at it and be like, oh yeah, I was just gonna purchase item A from this brand. Why am I not interested in, I might be also interested in item B. So I'll click into item B and also on Shopee and make an order from it. So this is what we call cross-selling. So in short, in here, we have a lot of different audience segments throughout the marketing funnel. It goes from awareness, consideration, to conversion, to loyalty, right? So we have different audience data that's available for you to use also to target them on. And a lot for this audience data, for broad targeting and comes to retargeting is already available in your store. It's in your CPAS Facebook ads itself. That's where you're able to already retarget and target buyers as such. But obviously, we have more audience segments and sharing criteria that's available when you hit the minimum requirement spend. It's something that we can share that's based on the Shopee category data. So it's something that you can even further target your audience. But definitely would encourage for any first timers to first explore the retargeting audience is already available in the catalog there and explore to see what is available before you start diving deep into other audience segments. And sharing criteria vary from market to market. So last but not least, but one of the benefit, as I mentioned, right? When you run ads, non-CPAS ads, you have to set up with the link, you have to show all the links to the buyers, they have to click to link, they only go to the store, right? So they have to find the link. It's a long description that you want to do in ads, it becomes a hassle. But catalog is already, CPAS catalog is already linked to your catalog, with your Shopee store. So if customer just need to click on the ad, it would just go straight to product and Shopee store. So it's such a hassle journey. That's something that we really strongly recommend brands or sellers to try out CPAS in short. So I've talked a lot about CPAS ad. I talk about how CPAS ad works. I talk about CPAS ads concept in general. So if you do have any questions, do remember to redirect to the questions tab. And then once there, we're just going to take a 1-minute break and we will start on to how to onboard for CPAS. So onboarding for CPAS is using your Facebook ads account, getting the right information and providing Shopee with the right information, and then we'll activate you with our regional team that will create this Shopee store catalog for you to be shared across your Facebook ads manager. So all of this process is a little bit technical. It's something that I would recommend you guys to write down details if you need to, or remember to review this slide back because you want to ensure that information provided to us is always accurate. Once it's accurate, the onboarding process will be smoothened, it will be easy. So we'll take like a quick 1-minute break, so I'll be back in 1 minute. And then we'll continue with the how to onboard for Facebook CPAS. But in the meantime, if you have any specific questions about not too clear about Facebook ads with Shopee or CPAS in general, do let us know again. Do put the questions in the question tab, please. Thank you. Cool, welcome back. So we're going to continue on with how to onboard with Facebook CPAS. So there are two ways of onboarding for Facebook CPAS. So some of the brands or some of you might already have access to Marketing Solution Portal. So if you already have access to Marketing Solution Portal, you just need to submit all the required materials directly on the MSP portal itself. You go to Facebook Collaborate Ads CPAS Onboarding tab and you click Create New Onboarding Request and you submit through there. So that's one method. The other method is to apply through submission form for all first-time seller. So we generally recommend brands or sellers to apply through submission form. And once you submit it to us, please do not go and resubmit in the MSP portal because that portal itself, it's going to be a duplication of submission. It will slow down your submission process in short. So if you already submitted through the submission form, you've considered onboarded for the first time, so you don't have to submit again in the MSP itself. So in the submission form, we have all the information that we need from you. And then once you submit to us, we will proceed to process all the submission and we'll submit it to the original AdOps team. And once we have information from them and verified that the catalog is being created, then you will receive an email from us emailing back to the email that you submitted for the form stating that your CPAS catalog is being shared across. So what are the information that you need to activate Facebook ads with Shopee? So this is the 5 crucial information that we need. First of all, is your Facebook Business Manager ID. Second of all, is the ad account ID. Third of all, is a screenshot of the view access that was given to Shopee Business Manager. Fourth is your country shop, is your shop username and shop ID. Fifth is just information to let us know whether you are being run by agency or running by your own self. So just to note, for information number 1 to number 3 are all the information that you need admin access to your business manager to retrieve all this information. So let's say you're a company and you're not the business manager, not the admin of your business manager. Are you able to provide such information? You cannot. You have to have the admin access, and they have to make sure that they have the they provide you the admin access to provide all the information that we need. Do note that one thing. To onboard for Facebook CPAS, you need to give us a new and exclusive account for Shopee CPAS. So if let's say the ads account ID that you provided have previously run ads before and also have historical ad spend, that's not considered new. Yeah, do not provide us with an account that you already run ads with. We need an entirely new ads account ID in short. So let's move on. So in here, in your Facebook Business Manager, when you go into your Facebook Business Manager, you just click on your top left menu and you will see the business setting. So under the business setting, you will see on the left-hand menu bar, and you scroll all the way down and you will see business info. And this is where you'll be able to retrieve the Business Manager ID that's available on your right side. And you just need to make sure you copy the Business Manager ID of your own ads account and provide just copy it down and just note it down. So you retrieve your Business Manager ID in short. How about your ads account ID? This is slightly complicated. Just make sure that you again have the admin access to your Business Manager. You again will have to go to business settings and you go under accounts and on the left-hand menu bar and scroll down, you will see ad account. And in there, you'll be able to go to the ad account list and click add to create a new account. And you just follow the instructions based on there needed. And once you create an account, it will say on the last step before the account is created, select this, my business or another business or client. Do make sure that you select my business because again, this catalog is being shared through your account. It's you are the one who's running it. If you selected the wrong information here, you selected another business or client, you will not be able to set the ads for yourself because you're given authorization to another party to do it. So you need to make sure that you select number 4. The step 4 to select my business, and it has to be correct. Once you selected that as correct, you'll be able to see the ads account ID then on the right side, for example. So that will then you will retrieve the ads account ID available. So once it's there, you have retrieved your Business Manager ID, you have retrieved ads account ID. Now we'll go to how to assign partner. so that you provide the view access to Shopee. What does providing view access mean? It means to say that you're just giving Shopee the view access. We are not going to access your ads account to manage performances. We're not going to edit your ads. That's not what we're asking for. View performances, this allows us, or view access, this allows us to be able to see your ads if there's any issue. So if a lot of times brands have any issue that we need to troubleshoot, we can just go into the store and just see what's happening and just let you know like what's went wrong, what needs to be set up. Do note that like we really don't want you to provide us with other access besides view performances. So view performances doesn't allow us to edit the ads. So just make sure that you just provide us with the view performances, and we just only need access to that specific ads account that you're using to onboard for CPAS. Do not provide other ads account IDs, view performances, because we don't want to have access and go see your other ads. And it's not relevant to the context of what we're doing for. So remember here, once you created the ads account IP, you'll come to a tab under as long as you're a business manager, you'll be able to see assign partner under here. So once you click assign partner, it shows you business ID. Just select business ID and put Shopee's BM ID in there and toggle on view performances. Once you do that, you click next, you'll be able to get this screenshot, which is very important that we need for the access to be given. So it will showcase your ad account name. It will showcase here that says Shopee business account. It will showcase the view performances is being toggled on, and it will showcase your ads account ID available. To be reminded again, this is all under the left-hand menu. If you go to business settings, you go to accounts, ad account. So everything is under ad account. So hi, Chonghan. I can see that you are trying to do it. So everything is under business settings. So that's the first key thing you want to remember. So under business setting, if you were to retrieve your business manager ID, you just have to go to business info. So that's the first point. Second point, if you want to create ads account ID, you go to business setting, you go under accounts, under ad account, you create your ads account. And then all the settings to set up everything will be available right here. And then once you created ads account, you also retain at the same page, which is under business setting, accounts, ad account. You click assign partner and you put Shopee business manager ID and you select view performances and you click next. And then you will get the screenshot that you need. So don't be worried. This slide will be shared across to you after the webinar so that you can do step by step and provide the right information. Don't try to follow through exactly right now. You might be slightly lost, but rather you to remember all the key information I've mentioned, business settings, business information, business settings, ads account, to remember all these key points to locate where to get information. You can also rewatch this session later also. And also this slide will be shared across again. So don't be worried too much. So I'll show you quickly later how to get information. But let's continue first. So I talked about 5 points that we need, right? So we have first, second, third completed. Now we have fourth and fifth. So we need your username. So username is very easy. If you're on your app, you click on me, you click on the settings tab, you go to my profile, you're able to get your username right here. So this is quite relatively easy. I believe all of you guys should know your username. So just again, just to recap, on your app, you go to me, you click on the setting button right here, you go to my profile, and you will see your username in here and provide us with the username. So in here, another one that we will need from you is a screenshot of your official logo and your shop. So one way is to feature the shop URL, which I'll show you later how to find that. And in that screenshot, you will see your shop URL featuring the shop ID and also official shop logo in here. So these are all the important information that we will need from you. Oh, so I'm going to show you real quick right now in terms of how to, if you see it from the screen itself. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to pull up. Okay. Can you see my screen? Okay. So in here, in your business account, right, you would just need to go here, and under here, this is business settings. So once you click into it, you will come to this page, right? I've mentioned again, under this page, you just need to scroll all the way down the left side. You would see business info, and this is where you get the business manager ID. So this is your business manager ID that you need to provide to us. Then how do you create ads account? So if we go to accounts, ads account, you go in here. Because I'm not the admin of the account, I'm not able to create. So in here, you'll be able to see the add buttons. You click the add button, you'll be able to create an account entirely and follow the steps according to the PDF that I've shared, that we'll be sharing across later. So once you're in here, right, in here, this tab, this is your ads account ID that you have in here once you create a new one. And under here, you will see people and you will see partner. So under partner, you will click into it and you have to click assign partner and give the business manager ID. As mentioned earlier, because I don't have access I'm not a business manager ID, I'm an admin, so I don't have access. But this is all the pages that you just need to go into and find the information. Is that clear for now? So now I'll just show you, let's say you're trying to figure out your shop ID. So this is one of the ways you can do this. So let's say I'm store Huggies, right? So you want to show the screenshot that we're looking for and provide the right one. If you really can't remember how to find your shop ID at the end of the day, it's fine. Just provide us the screenshot showcasing your username. That's fine too. That'll be more than enough. Another way is that when you're in your product in here, you're able to see two sets of number here. So for the number under here, the first set of number, this is your shop ID. So if you were to just copy this ID and just click like this, sorry, you're able to go to your shop at the same part. So this is how you locate your shop ID. So I'm going to repeat one more time. So if you go to a random product that you have in your store, this first set of number in here, this is your shop ID and this is your product ID. So this is the shop ID that we would need eventually that you need to provide. So in here, you just copy it, you just put it in here and you just type enter and you'll be able to see the information. And this is the screenshot that we will need. So I'm going to share back to the PDF so you can see, continue with the presentation. So I mentioned earlier, this is the shop ID that we will need. So, just going to recap real quick again. So we just need 5 information from you guys. Business manager ID, business manager ID, ads account ID, a screenshot of the view access, your shop ID or your username, and whether it's being run by this. Just remember the first 3 points, you need to have admin to give us that. And the ads account ID, again, must be new and exclusive for Shopee. Yeah? Make sure that it's not used before or have ads run before and you provide us the ads account ID. You do not need that. So I'm going to proceed with setting up ads. So this, I think it's the most important part. So before we start setting up ads, right, you would see this unfortunately can't be demo. This will be showcasing, this will be done here because we don't have an example to show it to you. So when we email you telling you that catalog is being shared across, you would have to go into your business settings and under requests, just make sure that you accept the catalog. Sometimes you might experience where you don't see the notification. That it's fine. You would just need to make sure that we have alternative solutions under Collaboration Center that you can go into and accept the catalog. So we provide a deck that is step-by-step setup guide. You can always look into it and it teaches you the step-by-step in terms of how to accept. So usually when you click accept, you come to this page. So we have sellers before who are unable to find the accept button. That's because it's due to the interface of the Facebook. You just need to minimize your browser and you'll be able to see I accept at the bottom right. Sometimes it's just hidden. Once you minimize the browser, the page itself, you'll be able to see at the bottom right. If not, you will have to clear the caching cookies and retry again. But it's already available right here. So in here, once you selected it, you would have to select the ad account and choose the ad account in the drop down. So it's the ad account that you have provided us for CPAS onboarding. You create back the same one. And once you're in here, just make sure you assign to the people who are looking to create the ads using the ad account. So let's say you have 2 persons in the company. Both of you have to set up the ads. So make sure both of you, including yourself, who you're the admin, assign to yourself, that you give yourself the manage ad account access in here. Once you click it, you click assign, and make sure that you share the viewing access is turned on, and you just click next. And when it's in here, you'll be able to see once the person have access to the ad account, you just need to make sure the other person have access to the catalog. So in here, you also need to assign the person to have catalog access, for example. So once you give the person to the catalog access, you click accept, and that's done. So once it means that you are given all the access given to them. Okay. So I'm going to take a 1 minute quick break. I'll answer some quick questions, and then we'll come back to the deck itself. So understand that this sounds slightly complicated because of the technical information, but it is slightly complicated because of the access needed. But it's very simple if you think in terms of like, I want to run ads. Should I get access to the ad account? Yes. If my partner wants to run ads, does he need to get access to the ads account? Yes. If I want to set up ads featuring Shopee catalog, do I need access to it? Yes. So you just think of simple things like this. Make sure everyone get access to both the ads account, both the catalog, accept the catalog, then you are ready to set up the ads. So don't think it too technical terms, but thinking on the concept of like, oh, Shopee gave me something. I need to accept that thing. I need to be able to access the catalog. I need to be able to have access to the ads account so I can set up the ads and use and feature the catalog itself. So if you think in terms of that, it's very easy. It's just that the step-by-step is slightly hard, but rest assured again, this is going to be shared across to you so you can follow step-by-step. So to accept, very easy. It will be under your business setting. Again, you will see requests on your bottom left. There's also alternate solution that you go to collaboration center. So again, it will be available. This guide will be available to you that you can re-watch, you can go through it step by step and understand how to accept it. So don't worry, we have all the guide steps that you need to look into and also follow step by step. So don't worry too much right now, because again, catalog is not being shared across to you yet. If it's not shared across to you, you're just worrying for no reason because you can't even see it to test it out, right? Okay, so this is going to be a live demo. This is going to showcase to you how to set up an ads. So this is going to showcase to you, for example, I want to set up ads. I want to know how to feature a catalog. How do I do it? So this demo is going to be on that. So let me change screen so you can see that example. Okay, I hope that you guys can see the screen. Okay, I can see that you guys can see the screen. So same thing, everything is in your Facebook Ads Manager. So once you're in here, right, you're able to come to your Ads Manager page. So that's where you're able to start setting up your ads in general. So, oops, I clicked wrongly. So let me just go back to my Ads Manager. So once I'm in my Ads Manager, this is the place where you can start setting up your ads in short. So I'm going to go to the demo account. So you might have multiple accounts. So I'm going to be in my demo account. So in here, very easy. The first thing first, you want to click create. This is where you're able to set up your ads. So in here, create a new one. You want to use option because reach and frequency is meant for traffic. And it's also not meant for catalog sales objective. So use option. Just make sure this collaborative ads button is toggled on. Sometimes it will just auto select. Sometimes it doesn't. You just need to click the drop down and select the Shopee business account, for example. Once you're in here, you will see this is the conversion funnel that I mentioned before. So this allows you to be able to select what kind of conversion funnel you're looking for. In general, the two conversion funnel we always recommend is to use conversion or catalog sales. The best preferred method is using catalog sales Reason being, conversion can be slightly complicated. You have to deep link the ads. If you are not entirely too sure, we really don't recommend you to try conversion funnel. If you set up incorrectly, you might redirect the brands to the wrong part, redirect your buyers to the wrong places, or data is not being tracked correctly. Catalog sales will basically be the default you want to go on. Sometimes if you don't select, if this is not toggle on, you may not be able to select. Just make sure this is toggle on and just select catalog sales. Once you're here, you'll be able to see the catalog in here. So a lot of times, right, you might have different catalogs depending on sellers. If you don't, by default, it will just automatically goes like this. Whenever a catalog share across, this is the format that you will see. You will see CPAS-MY-your shop name and dash direct. So this is your catalog. So once you're in here, it selects your catalog, you click continue. So you're setting up catalog sales objective. So in here, you have three levels. This is called campaign level, ad set level, ad level. So we have different stuff to set up right now and define of what you want to go with. So campaign name is entirely up to you. Depending on what you want to set up, you can choose whatever you want. So for example, this is my 12/12 campaign. I'm just going to name it my 12/12 campaign. You don't have to select this. This is related to credit, employment, housing. Nothing to do with you, so just don't declare anything. And then this will be by right toggle on by default, and you select this. So in here, everything is really auto select. It tells you that you're selecting from this catalog itself. You don't have to do more about it. So A/B testing is something a little bit more complicated. So this is, for example, if you were to do an ad with exact same setup. So the only key difference is that the ad caption, the ad's headline is exactly the same. Even the budget they use is exactly the same. The only key difference is the visual. Then you can do A/B tests to see which ads perform better. So it's something that during ad setup would be slightly different. But for today's class, we will not go through it because it's more complicated. So if you're not keen to try it out, please don't do it. If you want to learn more about it, there's always a learn more button that you click into it and just explore how to do the ad setup. Campaign budget optimization, again, it's something that we basically recommend because it allows you to distribute your budget across ad set to get more results depending on your delivery optimization choices. So you can definitely control each ad spend. You can definitely do whatever you want, but this allows the system to optimize it for you. So you don't have to constantly come back and review saying, oh, which one does better? Then I'll just tweak the budget. You don't have to. This is basically helping you to do all the work that you don't have to do. And under campaign budget, you will see is broken down to daily and lifetime budget. So daily is actually, so every day, this is how much you're going to spend. Lifetime budget is that, let's say you know that for this whole campaign, you only want to spend 10K, for example, okay? So this is the lifetime budget. So this is the whole time, let's say your ads is running from the 1st of December to the end of December. This is the whole time that you want to run ads for, and this is a budget. So you put a lifetime budget. It will keep running. Sometimes it may run more, sometimes it may run less. Entirely depends on how it will turn out to be. So if you don't want to do that, you can set a daily budget. So every day maximum you want to spend is $500, for example. So you will just spend on a daily basis on the $500, for example. So usually, depending on how do you do ads, I think most of you guys might be interested to do lifetime budget instead. Whichever way works also, it's just different kind of budget setting. It's quite similar to Shopee ads if you're already doing Shopee ads in Shopee itself. And then this is by default, it's already using this. So just pick the highest value or lowest cost without changing too much. So this is what we recommend. So usually it's already by default, don't need to change much. So a couple of things you just need to set: your campaign name, just set your budget. So two parts only, you don't have to do more than that. Now you go to ad set level. So under ad set level, you can also name it. So sometimes, why do you keep naming this kind of stuff? Because sometimes under one campaign, you might create 2 ad set just because you are doing different kind of audience targeting. Maybe you're doing different kind of promotion, for example. So it really depends on how you want to say it. So for example, this is my Chow campaign. Product set. So what's product set? Essentially, you need to be able to select all the products that are available in the store. So because, for example, I have my store features 1,000 products, right? But let's say I want to only run ads specifically to the shoes collection. Can I do that? Yes, you can. You just need to click product set, this plus button. Wait a second, yeah. You'll be able to filter specifically on the category they're looking for, and then set specifically, oh, I just want to feature this product set. And I just click create. I can name this specifically daily essentials, for examples. And I just click create. So once I create, it will only showcase that 1.3K product that's available in my store. But technically, how many products that I have in this store? I have 24K of products in the store. So this is how you're able to just set ads to just showcase certain products in the store by setting what we call it product sets. So usually we don't recommend you to limit yourself too much. Don't set to just only showcase one product. Don't just set to showcase less than. Usually we recommend at least 50 products in a product set, because when the product set or the number of products shown to the buyers is too small, the buyer's interest will also reduce as such. Usually it will impact add to cart. You impact the click-through rate. It will also impact the conversion rate, because it's too small of the choices when the products that's being showcased dynamically to your buyers is also very limited. So it's not a lot of products that, let's say, I'm interested in is not in the product set, it's going to be showcased to me. Then it become that it's a limitation, so your click-through rate and your conversion may be potentially affected. So if, let's say, your stores only have 100 products, we usually don't recommend to segment it to too small, rather just showcase a whole product, for example. So let's say I already decided to do my whole product. So this is my whole product set. And right now I have my start date and my end date. When I want to run ads, I can set it to run anytime from 22nd, or when it's at 8 a.m. 22nd, 8 a.m. when you start running ads. Can I have an end date? Yeah, definitely. You can always set the end date, ends on this date. So for example, so this is something that you can just budget and schedule. Okay, so I'm just pause here for 1 minute so that everyone is okay, they're fine with what's happening, not confusing. Okay, so talk about campaign level, we'll talk about ad set level. So right now we are diving into the interesting part where you can target your audience, as we mentioned, broad targeting, detailed targeting, or let's say retargeting people, for example. So in here, you'll be able to see, find prospective customers or use information from Shopee business account pixel or app to create a retargeting audience. So let's go for prospecting first. Under prospecting, very easy. We usually recommend you to keep it very broad. So this should be Malaysia, yeah? Just ignore the demo account in here. So you should be targeting Malaysians because your store is in Malaysia. You do not want to run ads to, let's say, USA, and your store is in Malaysia. People in USA will not be able to buy your product in Malaysia, in USA. So you just want to be very, very careful. If, let's say, you're from other country trying to run ads for your Malaysia store, just make sure you target Malaysia. We usually for Shopee practices, we also just keep it as broad as possible. For example, we don't specify too much in terms of age. We don't usually limit the gender. We just keep everything as broad as possible. When it's as broad, you'll be able to see under audience definition, you'll be able to see your estimated audience size in here. You'll be able to see how broad is it. So, but if, let's say, you know for sure your product is not applicable for certain age, you want to target certain age only, can you tweak it? Yes, you can. You can always come in here to tweak whichever you want. But just do note, whenever you tweak something, this will also change, for example. If I just want to tweak certain location, can I do that? Yes, you can. So there's a lot of tweaking that's available, adjustment available. It's specific for location, everything else, but we always don't recommend to limit it too much, because once you start limiting, you will always also limit your reach of your ads. So it means that the number of people will be able to see your products will also reduce, for example. Can I change the gender? Yes, I can. Can I add detailed targeting such as interests and behaviors? Yes, you can. You can always do this, but again, do note you don't want to limit too much. Once you add too many detailed targeting, then you're also limiting the number of audience that you potentially will reach. For example, languages, you can also do it, for example. So once you're in here, so this is broad targeting. So for Shopee itself, ourselves also, right? We just keep it broad targeting, as in like we don't specify too much of the details, because we believe that every potential customer could be a potential. And already when you use catalog sales objective, it's dynamic, where the product that's being showcased to the buyers is really dynamically served to you. So means to say that it's trying to already show the products that's relevant to me, myself as a buyer. So once you start limiting, then it becomes slightly constraining. So that's what we generally recommend. But you can feel free to always explore and monitor your ads performances and see how it goes. So this is what we call prospecting ads, or basically broad targeting ads in short. Okay, so we're going to jump into retargeting ads. So I think this is something that everyone's very interested in. So for example, retargeting ads. How can I target buyers who view my stuff but not purchase? How can I apply target or upsell my products to person cross-sell? How can I do that? Very easy. Once you set up catalog sales objective, under create a new audience, under here, you just choose this button. You'll be able to see all this information. See, view or added to cart but not purchase. It promotes all the products to people who viewed before added carts to basket in the last 14 days. You can take it 28 days if you want. I believe it goes up to a certain date period. I'm not too sure right now, but usually we recommend between 14 to 28. Don't go, the further you go, the bigger the pool is, in short. So you can target whichever you want. You can set one ad set that targets specifically for view this one. You can create another ad set that specifically target people who need to upsell, or specifically target people you want to cross-sell. So for example, in this case, I just want to do this one. Yes, you can. So you're basically targeting people who have viewed or added to cart but not purchased before. So you're retargeting people already are very interested in your product, in short. So you're able to just do this. So this is something that we definitely recommend brands to always run a prospecting ads, which is targeting new customer. Also run another campaign that retargets your potential customer who are really interested in your product but never purchased, or even target returning customers. So people who have basically upsell or cross-sell, for example. So you can do all of this. So this is audience targeting, yeah? So this is able to target a specific audience. So this is done. So nothing too much in here. The other stuff you can try to explore yourself. But this is essentially, this is the information that we have, and this is what we usually use for targeting audience. So when it comes to placement, I think a lot of people ask us before, right? Oh, I run Facebook ads. Can I have it to show in Instagram? Yes, you can. Facebook and Instagram is actually the same company. So let's take placement for example. See, you'll be able to specifically choose where you want ads to be. So if you wanted to just only showcase on Facebook, you can just choose Facebook. Under Facebook, you see there's so many locations that you wanted your ads to showcase. If you just want Instagram, you can literally just pick Instagram. You can see all the placements of your ads, where the ads will basically appear under, right? So there are also audience network, which is affiliated with with Facebook. So that really depends or you want it to showcase under Messenger. So this is all the manual placement. Generally, we just recommend you do automatic. Why limit yourself to certain location when you can just showcase ads at all the locations that you want? Right, so this is very important. So we basically recommend for automatically placement. So now we go to the part. So we have set up catalog sales objective, right? So that's what the objective of the ads is going to do. But how do you want the ads optimized towards? Like, do you want it to optimize towards people viewing your product, or people to actually want to add to cart, people want to purchase? So a lot of times, a lot of buyers might tend to go for link clicks. Just so you know, link clicks is very similar to, if you set up catalog sales objective with link clicks optimization, you're basically doing the same thing as traffic. So you're trying to gear people towards who will deliver to the people who are most likely to click on the ads. So clicking on the ads but might have a high bounce off rate. So usually we recommend for conversion events, because that's what catalog sales is built for, is to drive for conversion. That's what catalog sales is. Under here, you'll be able to see there is a lot of different kind of conversion event type is available. So we recommend to do add to cart, purchase, or what we call view content. So usually instead of doing link clicks, we generally recommend to do view content. So why not link clicks for view content? Because they sound quite similar, right? The thing about view content, it falls under the conversion funnel. It also try to target people who are likely to actually want to go and see your content in your catalog. So they actually want to go land into your content page and actually see the product that you have available in your store. So in comparison to link clicks is just basically targeting people who likely will click onto your ads. So we see a lot of people clicking to ads, but may not be targeting people who are actually more interested to see your product that's available in your store. And then plus again, link click is more generative for traffic. So again, it's more for traffic awareness now. So, but if you are trying to really target quality audience to view your stuff, so we always recommend to go conversion funnels and go for view content. And down the funnel of view content, it will be add to cart and purchase. So the more narrow the funnel is, just want to know this for marketing in general, the more narrow the funnel is, the cost per acquisition will always be higher. So the cost that you spend will be high because you are basically targeting people who are really, really interested in purchasing your stuff. So when you target people who are add to cart, so basically people who are really wanting to most likely purchase your stuff or even add to cart, for example, the action itself is very important. So we know that people are actually very interested in your stuff, but maybe there are other reasons they're not adding to cart. Maybe it's through voucher, maybe it's through free shipping, other reasons lah. But basically they're targeting this type of people already. And purchase is basically people who will end up complete a purchase. So you imagine through the marketing funnel, from traffic awareness all the way to purchase. Purchase is basically the last step we want to achieve. It's also the hardest. It's also the most costly, in short. So if you're new, for example, first time trying out, we just recommend you to try view content. So view content is right before add to cart. So right before purchase is purchase is the last one. Add to cart is before purchase. View content is before add to cart. So you basically gear people to go view and visit the content page that you have, which is basically go to view your catalog. So let's say I pick view content. So everything here is by default. We don't have to change anything. So attribution is usually 7 days after clicking, all this kind of stuff. So you get to here. This is all default by setup already. And lastly, we go to new ad. So under new ad, you'll be able to see, you can also name it again. So let's say this is showcasing all products. It really depends on how you set up your ads. It's entirely up to you. So right in here, you can set up your ads. So unfortunately, right now, this account is not affiliated with any page. So, but for example, you have a Facebook Business Manager and you have your ads, your personal account, your Facebook personal account have access to various Facebook page. So ABCD, for example, and you want your ads to showcase on the Facebook page B. Can you do that? Yeah, you can. You just choose the Facebook page B, for example. You want to add the showcase on the Facebook page A? Yes, you can. You just go to Facebook page A to see your ads. But what it means to say that when people were to go to Facebook and see the ads, let me see, for example, for Facebook ads, if you were to showcase under different pages, you'll be able to see this will showcase who is actually advertising the ads, for example. So in here, basically, you can choose whichever page that you will have associated with, and you can just publish the ad under the page, and it will showcase to this. So I understand that a lot of marketplace sellers might have like personal pages. The name itself is not associated with the Shopee name. Should you use that page is entirely up to you. Maybe it's not strongly recommended because that page and the page that you always have is not really talking anything about your product in Shopee, and use that to run ads. People might be interested to check out your page, they click into it, or everything is irrelevant. It could be good, could be bad, really depending on how you see it. It's also entirely up to your choice now. But essentially, you can pick whatever page that you have access to run the ads for. You can also link up to your Instagram account, for example. So this is basically featuring ads under which page itself. So now we come to the ad setup. So if I mentioned before, dynamic ads, right? So we usually recommend brands to just go for ad format. We recommend between carousel and collection ads format, because either this of the format is dynamic, is able to showcase all the products you have in the store. We don't recommend single image because it's just basically showcasing one image, which is just like this. So you're not able to see all the products under it. So let's say if I would choose collection ads, just to take a look in here, If you go to collection ads, this is what you'll be able to see. You'll be able to see you still be able to insert a picture or a video, for example, and you'll be able to see all the products that's available at the bottom. You see, if you click expand more, you'll be able to see all the products that's showcased in here. You can scroll all the way down and click the call to action button, for example, shop now, buy now, and you can go into the store. So this is only available under collection and carousel ads format. If you were to just do a single image, it's basically just this image itself or this video without showcasing the product. So it's not what we recommend. So carousel ads is very easy. Carousel ads just looks like this. So it's just a list of products that you can scroll to your right. So this is how carousel ads looks like. So generally, we just recommend to pick a collection of carousel ads. So in here, let's say I pick carousel, I see all the multiple products. You can always insert a creative option. Let's say you want it to be a single image, whatever. You can always add a headline, you add a frame onto the image. So for example, this product, it's already showing this. In my ads, can I add a frame that showcase, let's say your intro shop? Yes, you can. You can literally just add a frame. We have all this visual template also available for you to just use. So you can always do that. You can always add primary text to include in there. You can add an intro card. So for example, before the very first image to showcase your product, can you add like an introduction card? Yes, you can, to showcase, let's say you're 50% off in the store. Click here to find out more, for example. Can you do that? Yes, you can. So it's very flexible. You can do a lot of stuff with it. You just need to explore and try it out yourself. And then if you were to have like a see more URL, you can always put into your store itself. And then if you were to choose collection ads format, it's usually the same. You can come here, you can customize, you can choose a template. So Storefront, for example, oh, right now, sorry, I don't have a page. But essentially, if you were to choose a Storefront, the collection ads format would just look like this. It will come to here where you're able to insert an image. So in here, you're able to insert an image or a video, for example, that calls out all the promotion, and then you're able to showcase all the products automatically because you already selected your store catalog, so it will showcase in here. And in here, you can write all those different headlines. So the moment you start writing, technically, you should be able to see all the ads showcased in here, for example. So right now, unfortunately, because I don't have associated page, I can't demo this on the right side. But when you test it out yourself, you should be able to see whenever you type anything in here, you'll be able to see all the changes reflected on the right side immediately. So in here, it's very easy. You would choose all the settings that we already recommended, all the things that we recommended in the setup guide. So everything is showcased in the step-by-step guide. So don't have to worry too much. You can literally just follow step by step. So you come to here. Down here, you will see the tracking and the domain. So in here, this is have to do with the MSP, which is the tracking code. So right now, I've done demo with finished with the Facebook ads. I'm just going to switch real quick back to the presentation. So you can take a look on the next topic that we're going to talk about, which is UTM tagging. So just to be quick about this topic. So let's say I want to talk about, we have ads that's running in here. We also recommend brands to do UTM tagging. So the reason being why we want to recommend for UTM tagging, it's to basically when you were to run ads in Facebook, you also want to be able to see if people actually end up in your store, for example. You want to understand if the ads itself is really working to generate people to your store. So for example, that's why we call it to UTM tag ads. Why do you need to do that? When you run ads on Facebook, it's a different portal, different website. And when you want to get data in Marketing Solutions portal, it's a different website. How do you connect them together? By UTM tagging. So you need to connect the linking. You need to basically connect the bridge. That's what we do call UTM tagging. And the UTM tagging is essentially is using the Google Analytics to do so. That's what a Marketing Solutions portal is. So if you would be doing ads in general everywhere else, you will see UTM tagging. It's a common naming convention that's being used in short. So I'm just going to go back to the ads real quick so I can showcase to you when I were to do UTM tagging, how do I do that? So a lot of brands ask us, do I run ads from MSP, which is Shopee Marketing Solution Portal? No, you don't. Shopee Marketing Solution Portal is a portal where you're able to see your performances of your ads. So just a very quick note that the data that you see here may not tally exactly from what you see in Facebook Ads Manager. It's very crucial because of the attribution is different. So there are more details under FAQ, which I'm not going to deep dive because it will become more complicated and will confuse you. But you just want to understand that there are different attribution towards it. But once you UTM tag the ads, you'll be able to see all this information is available in your MSP. So usually here gives you indication whether your ads that's running so far, whether do we have a lot of people coming to the store. So how is the visits doing to the store? So how do you get this information? By UTM tagging. How do you do that? Once you have access to Marketing Solution Portal, you create the tracking code to UTM tag your ads. That's what we call it. So you don't run ads from MSP. You don't run ads from MSP, yeah? You run ads from Facebook ads. You use MSP to review your ads performances. You use MSP to create tracking code to UTM tag your ads. So for example, under tracking code in here, this is the page that you'll be able to create the tracking code to UTM tag your ads. So this is a demo account. If I were to go to a store, you should be able to just select your own store. And usually very simple, just your shop ID, you showcase your store itself. This is very dependent on wherever, how you want to name it. We always recommend to keep it as short, as concise as possible. Don't do it too long. And come in here, just type the campaign description. You can always do the exact same thing as this one. So it tallies and you know where is this coming from. You select the channel. Because you're running Facebook's catalog sales objective, choose Facebook collaborated ads. That's what you're doing. You're not doing ads from your normal Facebook. If you're doing ads from your normal Facebook or non-CPAS ads account, that's what we call, you choose Facebook. Other than that, you choose Facebook collaborated ads channel. And let's say you're running both a carousel and collection ads format, you just choose mix. This is whichever name you want to do. It's just for you to differentiate the data. But if you don't want to put anything, that's fine too. And in here, that you put your store name. So let's say Huggies is my store name. So I will just put huggies.com.my and I'll create. So this one, depending on how you're looking for, it just explains to you what links that you want. So for this demo, I'm going to create a universal link. So voila, you'll be able to see that I've created my first tracking code. So I already have everything I need in here. So how do I UTM tag your ads? Very simple. So under the ads level, I've mentioned earlier, campaign, ad set, ads level, you just need to go all the way down. All the way down in here, you see view a URL parameter. So in here, you'll be able to see campaign source. By default, it was just put this. Campaign medium, by default, it will just put this. This is usually what it is. In campaign name, you will just go back to the MSP portal. You see the exact same thing. You just copy the campaign name and you just place it in here. And this is your campaign name. So this is under the Marketing Solution Portal, under Tracking Code Management. You hover under copy, you click copy name, you just paste it in here. Once you put it into here and put apply, you are UTM tagging your ads successfully. So it means to say that when you run the ads, like when you run this ads, for example, this whole ads is being tracked. Then when you were to check back your performances in here, you'll be able to see data being reflected in here. So you have two data to look at, two sets of data to look at. So another part to UTM tag is also under the call to action button. So sometimes some brands decides to do like a CTA button. This will be under your creative, instant creative that's under here, instant experience. Unfortunately, I can't show it to you because of my page limitation. But under here, there will be like a URL that you direct your buyers to. Usually people will put like a CTA button that says shop now, buy now, take more vouchers, for example. You also can UTM tag that button itself so that the link, whatever clicks or visits generated to the link is being tracked. So how do you do that? Under MSP portal, same thing. The same link that you already generated for in here, remember how I say I copy campaign name? You just go to copy funnel you're tracking. So just an example. So you would see this whole long link. This whole link is basically a tracking code that you can use to UTM tag. So if I were to use this link and I were to just paste it in here, click enter, where am I directed to? Back to the store itself. But because the data is being tracked, it will reflect, it will capture the traffic and it will reflect under here. So this is what it means by UTM tagging your ads. This is what it means by creating a tracking code to UTM tag your ads. It's a little bit complicated, I understand this, but don't worry, this will be available also in the guide. You can go through one by one. But the most crucial part is to know, to understand about the concept itself and also explore this later on. So I'm going to go back to the presentation itself. Okay, so we talk a lot of stuff today, right? So it's not a lot of breaks in between, but we have a lot of information that's given to you. Again, don't worry too much. All of this deck will be shared to you. It's very technical a little bit. Understand this, but just remember that all of this information is in the deck itself. You just need to revisit it and take it slow and read it one by one. You want to understand that this is all the information that we can provide to you. We will provide to you, for example, what is the optimization checklist. So let's say if you were to sell your ads for the first time, this is the checklist that we always tell you to do. So make sure you optimize towards lower funnel. This is the things that you want to do. Don't do less than 50 products, for example. You want to use auto bid. You want to recommend about 3 to 4 weeks ads. You want to run at least 2 weeks. So we have all this checklist that you can use to just review your ads. Like, hey, am I doing my ads correctly? Hey, am I doing all these best practices? We have all this deck shared to you. So very important for you to go through one by one. So I'm going to go through some more simple stuff, so less technical right now. So everything is going to be more theory stuff, more for understanding for your ad setup. So 4 best practices to increase the impact for your campaign. So we always recommend to do always on strategy. This means to say that let the ads run for a long time, at least 3 to 4 weeks, for example, because Facebook takes time to learn. Unlike Shopee ads that you may run yourself in Shopee, you manually tweak a lot of stuff, right? But Facebook would want to learn and optimize themselves one by one. So the longer you run, it allows Facebook to learn your ads, to let the machine learning to learn and also optimize your ads. We always do not recommend to do very short campaign for no reason. Like if you never really run ads before, you're just doing for 5 days, 3 days. Do not expect that you will get really good results from short campaigns, because Facebook doesn't even have time to learn about your ads, and then you stop already. So it's like, I want to know about you, but you already stopped giving me the chance to learn about you. So this is what's happening to your ads itself, right? So that's why we always do recommend to run for always on strategy. Do know that this is an investment. It's to build your whole marketing funnel for a long run. So it's not something that you expect to see immediate results. It's something that you always do for a long run. And once you start doing that, you're able to get all the data. So you need to know about your ads, whether you're doing sales, whether you got people adding to cart, whether how the GMV is, how much you end up spending, what's ROAS. All of these are available in your ads manager that you can always review your ads and see, oh, whether is it performing well? Should I continue doing it next time? Yes, you can. So this is very data-driven planning for your own ads itself, and makes the value in investment valuable for you. It makes sense to you. It's not just investing for no reason at this point. And then we always recommend you to do A/B testing so that you know which one works best for you. So let's say you'll be like, oh, this visual works better than video. I think my buyers like video. I think my buyers like this kind of red color visual, but it's everything that you are assuming, like you're thinking they might be liking it. But why don't you just run the ads and actually do an A/B testing? So let's say your partner says red color better, I think orange color is better. Why don't you just do an A/B test? You run both visuals that features exactly the same thing, just different color, and see which one works better for the ads, which one actually people likes your ads better, which one has more click-through rate. Then you'll be like, and if let's say orange wins, then you can tell your partner, say, hey, I told you orange wins, right? So you have data backing you up in this case. So A/B testing is something that we definitely recommend for a long run. and drive orders through dynamic ads. Again, mention why we say do CPAS ads is dynamic, right? It shows very personalized product information to your buyers. So again, instead of doing non-CPAS ads, which is basically not really showcasing your product, you can showcase stuff that's relevant to the buyers that they may even end up purchasing from you. So why not try this out? I mentioned about doing always on strategy. So a lot of times we tell you guys to do a long run because the longer it runs, it allows traffic to be built up on your store, and then delivery retargeting campaigns will also ramp up the audience size increase. So the more people data you allow to be collected, then the Facebook able to optimize better. So in the future, when you were to run ads, Facebook already know your ads and they're able to optimize it faster. So always do this, and obviously understand that sometimes you also have campaign seasons that you want to do like a burst campaign. You do it on top of your always on. There's another part you can go for. So this is something that I'm not going to go into detail, but it's something that you guys can take a look into it because we have different kind of best practices. Like for example, drive sales through collaborative ads, win new buyers, maximize sales days through collaborative ads. Just so you know, whenever whatever objective you set up through is very geared towards yourself, right? There's no such thing that I want to both wins new people and also old people. It's very hard to do that. Sometimes you will have to be able to prioritize which one are you looking for. Are you trying to drive sales? Are you trying to win new buyers? Which one is more important to you, whichever campaign is? And you'll be able to see all this kind of campaigns, event targeting, what is the gender, how's the placement, what should you set up for all of this kind of stuff. So this is like literally a checklist that you can take it and review in terms of how you set up the ads and let it run to see how it's doing it, for example. So there's a lot of practices that we always share across. This is something like a checklist for you to take a look and really understand it better and see the differences and how to do it. So for example, if I were to win new buyers, I want to focus my budget into broad audience targeting because my goal is to get more new people coming into it. But if I want to try to drive sales, maybe I want to understand 50% and see which one is better. Optimization and my custom audience will be slightly different. What you are trying to include in your audience targeting and what you're trying to exclude will be also very different. So these are essentially all the checklists that you can take a look later. Now we are, and this is what I talk about, the data-driven media planning. So I'm just going to skip through it. A/B testing, mentioned before, you want to see which one works better for you. It's also very good to do A/B testing for your brand, for example, on creative designs and messaging. So for example, apparently the word cheapest is better than huge discount after trying it out. Sometimes you're adding a call to action button, which is, for example, click now to buy, or without one, which one does better. So all this testing allows you to understand which one ads works better for you. Again, these are just a shout out again. What dynamic ads actually allows you to do? Real-time optimization. You have that personalized content, transparency, visibility, all ROIs. So there's a lot of information. Understand it today, but I think just to recap real quick, Facebook Ads Manager in short, Facebook CPAS in short, allows you to run ads that features your store catalog. Your catalog will be auto-synced, will be auto-updated. You don't have to constantly go and refresh your catalog because it will auto-update itself in your catalog. You get to run conversion ads, which is you get to target people who are likely to purchase or add to cart or view your product in store. You get to retarget customers who are likely to purchase your stuff, or to retarget buyers who have already encountered your ads before and want to purchase your products. So there's a lot of benefits to it, and it's very geared for conversion and ROAS in short. So that's why we would recommend you guys to start exploring. So we have the submission form in here. You can scan the QR code, or my team will be able to share across the form link that you can submit again. But do note that this information you can, once the deck is shared across with you, once you read through it again, you're able to submit for your CPAS again. So that's about it for today's section. So these are other informations that we will share across at the end. I'm going to skip through it so you don't have to understand this. But again, all of these are available to you. in the PDF itself. So don't worry too much. So all of this are available for you. If you have FAQs, you can even read through it. How do I do this? How do I do this? So we understand that it's a lot of information, especially for just a first class like this. But because we have so many people asking the same questions all the time, we have to go through this so that you are able to get everything. Again, the slides will be available for you. So I'm going to pass this back to my colleague who's going to talk about Shopee Uni for this part. So thank you so much for your time today. For any questions, just throw into the question tabs. I'll try to answer it. My teammates is answering for you right now. So I'm going to pass it back to Kevin.